Hello friends, it's Dayna here for the Glitter Hub. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Today we are going to be doing some ink smooshing to make some very easy cards, and it's a very efficient, fun way to mass produce cards, and I think you'll find it a lot of fun. So let's get started. The products that I'm going to be using today, I'm going to be using this great Studio Light Hibiscus stamp. And I have some Studio Katia Blossom Sparkle crystals. We're going to embellish our card panel with that. And I have this gorgeous Mintay paper. It's called Botany. And we're going to use that for our background on the card base. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to move that aside. Okay, so I'm going to start with worn lipstick, and that's the color that we're going to use for the first card. I'm going to see if I can get 2 cards in this video today, but let's see how long this takes to get through the first one. So let's do some Distress Oxide in worn lipstick. So what you're going to do is you are going to go like this, okay? And I have my craft mat, and I'm going to turn it like this, okay? Till I'm happy with the amount of ink, okay? Press and twist, press and twist, okay? And then I have my mister bottle, okay? It's a distress sprayer. And what you want to do is you want to spray. Look at that. Look at all those droplets. That's what you want, okay? So you're going to make your droplets just like I did. And then what I like to do is I'm just going to run my finger through it, okay? And like always, I have my flour sack cloth, clean up my fingers, okay, and my work surface, okay? All right, so that looks good. And then I'm just gonna do a bit more spray, okay? Run that through a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to take some watercolor cardstock, okay? I've cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, okay? 4 by 5 1/4, okay? So what you're going to do is, this is going to be the top of my card, so I'm going to turn it over, okay? And I am just going to smear my paper into the color, okay? Yeah, just like that, okay? And then I am going to take got a little bit of a something there. Just gonna get that off. Goodness, okay. I'm gonna just do the bottom a little bit there, okay? There is really no right or wrong way to do this, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I am going to take my heat tool and I'm going to heat it, okay? And the nice thing about this tool is it doesn't burn, it doesn't scorch your paper, okay? So we're going to put that up, okay? You can even put it down on your surface, okay? Like that. Yeah, color's looking nice already. Okay, turn that around. Okay. All right, just gonna turn that over a little bit. It doesn't have to be completely dry, okay? There we go. It's a nice color. Just have that one spot in the corner there. Still a little bit wet. Okay, perfect. Look at that. Okay, looks good. Okay, and then what we're going to do is I am going to just put a little bit more down, okay? A little bit more ink, press it and turn it, okay? And then we're gonna spray it again. And then we're going to do that process again, okay? So spray, okay. All right. And then you're going to, instead of smearing, we're going to plop, okay? So plop, plop, plop your paper, okay? Plop, okay, there, okay? A bit of a mess on my glass, so I'm just gonna get that cleaned up there, okay? And then we're gonna dry it again, okay? So get out your tool. Okay, there we go. So dry it. And again, like I said, this doesn't scorch your paper. I love how this looks already. And there's really, you know, there is no right or wrong way to do this. This is all part of the creative process. If I were to do this again, it would look different, okay? And what you're going to do is going to look different. I'm just here really to talk about the technique. Okay, you can use a different color and so on. All right, good. All right, look at that. Okay, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this one more time. Okay, so I just need to get a bit more ink. Okay, whoops, oh my goodness. Runaway ink pad there. Good thing I have my cloth, okay? All right. Okay, so let's spray this, okay? And then again, we are going to turn our paper over, okay? And we are going to plop, okay? And just press down, but we're not smearing, okay? All right. Oh, I love that. Okay. And then let's heat. It's gorgeous. This is beautiful. Okay. And dry that up. Okay. All right. And I love how the white is coming through, okay? The idea is not to cover it all. I wanted a bit of white to show, okay? Just turn that around. Look at how beautiful that is. Love that. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay. That's good. Okay. And I think I am going to stop that. You could keep going, especially since you're working with one color. You could keep going, but I like how this looks. So let's stop right there, okay? I'm just going to set that aside and I'm going to clean up my surface. And I think we should get another combination going and we could make another panel, okay? So clean this up. I've got my flour sack cloth, okay? And clean up my craft mat. Just gonna spray that a little bit, okay? There we go. And this craft mat, I could even turn it around, okay? I'm worried about having any excess from the other inks, okay? All right, so let's make another panel. Let's do 2 colors, okay? So again, I have Distress Oxide, Mustard Seed, and Picked Raspberry, okay? So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my ink pad and I'm going to turn it over on my craft mat and I'm going to press and I'm going to turn. Okay. And then for my mustard seed, okay, same thing. I'm going to press and turn. Okay, press and turn. Okay. Okay. And then we are going to spray. Okay, until we get those nice droplets. Okay. And then I'm going to take another piece of watercolor cardstock. I have, whoops, that's my base. I have, again, cut it down to 4 by 5 1/4, okay? This time, let's use the smooth surface, okay? So before we do that, let's just mix these up a little bit, okay? Wipe your finger, okay? And then you are going to smear, okay? You're going to smear your paper, okay? You're going to smear your paper like this, okay? Ooh, I love that. Okay, and then let's dry it. I like that. Okay. This is very spring-like, even though when I look out my window, it looks like winter. Okay. Okay, and I'm just turning the paper around, rotating it. Okay. It's good. Doesn't have to be totally dry. Okay, just doing the back. Okay. There seems to be a little bit more there. Look at that. Okay. So let's do that again. Okay. Let's spray this a little bit. Okay, with some water. And then we are going to just, remember, plop. Okay. You're going to plop the paper. Okay. Plop. Make sure you get your whole surface. I just made another mess there. Okay. Ooh, that looks so yummy. Look at that. Okay. And then let's heat that. And again, I have some sort of fluff on there. Do not have a pet, so I don't know where this is coming from, but anyway. Okay. Let's dry this up. Okay. There we go. Seems that I have a little bit more white space on here than I did on my first panel, but that's okay. I like that. Sort of provides a nice contrast. Okay. Look at that. This is so easy too. So easy to do this. You can just sit here and make 10 of these, 12. Okay. You can change your color combinations, okay? And then it's a very easy way to mass produce cards. Look at that. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I want to add a bit more of the picked raspberry, okay? So I'm just gonna wipe this up here. Okay, so again, I am pressing and turning, okay? And I am spraying water, okay, and then I am plopping, okay, plopping, plopping, okay, look at that. And what you can also do is do a little bit misting here before you dry it, okay, and then let's dry that again with our heat tool. And you can move it around too. You can see I've got a little bit too much water here. So I can move the paper. Okay. This looks good. Okay. Look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Okay. Okay. All right, so I've got a couple of spots that being a little bit stubborn. So we're just going to give them a little bit more heat. Go on the back. Okay. This looks good. This looks really good, friends. Okay. Almost. Yeah, there we go. Look at that. I love that. Love it. Okay, so look, that's the picked raspberry and mustard seed, okay? And then again, this is the worn lipstick. Beautiful. So yummy. Okay, so let's clean up our mess, okay? I need to get my craft mat off. I need to wipe up my surface. Again, I'm using rubbing alcohol. Okay, and my flour sack cloth. And just want to get that cleaned up. Okay. And wipe up my craft mat, and then I'll deal with it better once this is done. Okay. All right, so that was the inky fun part of this card. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put the ink. We're going to stamp up our image. Okay, so we're going to ink this up, okay, with our stamped image. And then we will create the background panel and put that together. Okay, so I am taking my Misty. Okay, you can use your whatever stamp positioning tool you use. I have a Misty, okay? And we are going to place, okay, our inky background here. Okay, so I think I want this to be, let's see. I think I like this as the top. So this is gonna be the top, okay? Top to bottom, okay? And I'm gonna position it, okay? And there we go, okay? Going to take our stamp, okay? This really great Studio Light Hibiscus stamp, okay? And because I'm using this for the first time, I'm just going to condition it. So I do that by rubbing it on the back of my hand. In the manufacturing process, they use different kinds of oils and stuff. So you want to get that off, okay? So you get a crisp image. All right, so I think I'm going to position it just like this, okay? And I don't mind that it's going off my paper. I like that actually, okay? So this is a nice size. Now, usually I don't have to do this, but because this is a thicker paper, I want to make sure this doesn't move. I'm just putting that tape there just for extra insurance, okay? Okay. All right, so I'm happy with that. Okay, so I'm going to pick that up with my Misty Door. Okay. And I'm going to stamp that up. Now, because I'm doing this over an ink background, I want to use a crisper ink. So I'm using VersaFine, okay, black. It's Onyx Black, okay. And we are going to ink that up. Okay. You can see it there. Okay, so ink up the image. Okay, we may have to do it again, but let's see. Okay, all right, and then we're going to close that. Okay, and press down. Okay, look at that. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Okay, but I want to get a better impression, so I am going to re-ink my stamp. Okay, this is a large stamp, so I'm not surprised that I have to do it more than once. Okay, and that's the nice thing about a, you know, a Misty or any kind of stamp positioning tool. You can get the same stamped image as many times as you want, and it doesn't move. Okay, so I stamp that up, close my door, and here we go. Okay, just press down because this does have a lot of fine detail. Okay, and there we go. Okay. All right. You know what? This is not perfect, but I like it. And I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to keep that. That's done. Okay. Look at that. And the black looks so nice against the worn lipstick background. Okay, so then let's stamp up the other panel. Okay, same idea. Just going to do that. Okay, move that one out of the way. Okay, stamp it up. Okay. All right, and then close my Misty Door and there. Okay. All right, let's see what we have here. Oh, I like it. Look at that. That looks really nice. The two colors. Okay, and we almost kind of have like an orange here. Kind of created an orange look, even though I just used the pick raspberry and the mustard seed. Okay, so let's get that a little bit crisper. Okay, so stamp that one more time. Okay, and let's get that on the panel. Okay, all right, there we go. It's a really nice stamp. You could do Copic coloring or alcohol marker coloring on it to create a different kind of card without the ink background. Of course, you could do watercoloring. Okay, it's very versatile. All right. Okay, I like it. Look at that. Oh, that's beautiful. Okay, so we are done stamping our image. I'm just going to wipe my stamp, okay, because I do need to use the Misty for the sentiment. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe that up. All right. Okay, good. So we will come back to stamping in a moment. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is, look at that. I love it. Okay, we are going to create the back panel. Okay, so I thought that this paper would go really well, just to give a little bit, just a little bit of color on the back. Okay, so we're going to cut that down. Okay, and here, let's see, I can choose a different spot maybe, just to give it a little bit of pop at the back. Okay, so I don't know, I might go over here. All right, so let's get my trimmer. Okay, and we're going to cut this down, and just need to cut off that here at the bottom. Okay. All right. So remember, that's the Mintay Botany. It's gorgeous, gorgeous paper. Gorgeous. Okay, so we are going to cut this down. I am going to do, our card base is, I have a top folding card base, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So that's what we need. Okay, so let's do this, 4 1/4. Okay. Okay. And 5 1/2. 4 1/4, 5 1/2. Okay. So that would be the first one. Okay. And like that. Okay. It's beautiful. Okay, and then let's see, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. There we go. There we go. Okay. And like that. Okay. I love that. Okay. Okay, so we've trimmed down the paper for our card base. Okay, so we can get rid of that. And let's adhere those. Okay, so let's adhere this to our bases. Okay, so I'm going to use liquid adhesive. Okay, even the back of that paper is so nice. Look at that. Okay, so I like to use liquid adhesive, just gives me a little bit of wiggle room for positioning. Some people like to use tape runner. Of course, you use whatever you're comfortable with. Okay. All right. So we're going to put this down. Okay. There we go. Okay, and what I like to do is I just take a big block, okay, and I just put it down just to get it to stay a little bit better, okay. So do that, put that off camera for now, okay, and then we will do the other one. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm using liquid glue. Okay. Get that down. Okay, good. All right, so that's the paper on our card bases. Okay, just going to do that. Okay, and I will set those off to the side for now. Okay, Okay, so now what we need to do is make our sentiment. So I am using a happy birthday sentiment. It's from Honeybee Stamps. You can find this set at the Glitter Hub. It'll be linked in the description, okay? And I'm going to put it on white cardstock, and I'm going to use the VersaFine ink again. So get out I'm gonna get out my Misty, okay? I'm going to put that in, and I'm actually going to do it twice, okay? And we'll obviously have to trim it down, but for now, here we go. Okay, so there we go. Okay, come on. All right, so let's get that stamped up. Okay, again, I'm going to use the VersaFine. Gives a nice crisp image. Okay, so I've got my Honeybee Stamp sentiment all inked up, and there we go. Okay, happy birthday. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to turn that around. I'll just do the other side, okay, just to save me a little bit of fuss there. Okay, and there we go. Happy birthday. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Happy birthday and happy birthday. Okay, so we've got our sentiments. Okay, so let me just clean that stamp, get that out of the way. Okay. All right, good. Okay, so now what we are going to do is we are going to put foam on the inky background panel, okay? And we're going to adhere those to our card base, and then we will finish off with our sentiment and then with some of those beautiful crystals, okay? So I'm going to turn this over, okay? I'll do one at a time. I'm going to use foam tape. I like my cards to have dimension, okay? So I'm going to add foam tape, okay, here, and here, and here. When it comes to using foam tape, I'm definitely not, I'm not less is more, as you can see, okay? So there, okay? Look at that. All right, so let's get that first one adhered. So just remove the release paper, get that down. Okay, here we go. Okay. All right, so I'm going to try my best to center this. Okay. Just eyeball it. Okay, that looks good. There we go. I like that. Okay, and then let's do the second. Okay, so again, I'm adding foam. I like to have dimension on my cards. Okay, oops, got that a little bit too long. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And one more. Another piece. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So that'll go like that. Okay. So take off the release paper. Okay, and then make sure we center it as best as we can, like that. Okay, good. Look at that. Look at that. So lovely. So lovely. Okay, so we have to do the sentiment and some of our crystals, and then we are done. So I need to trim these down. Okay, so I'm going to get out my small trimmer for that. Okay, and I'm going to put that through. I'm going to get it as close. I'm going to leave a little bit of a border, and I'm going to show you why after. Okay, so let's get that on the sides. Okay, let's get that like that, and like this. Ooh. Okay, and this I'm not happy with because there's too much at the top. So what I do is I'm just going to put that through, help that through like that. Okay, and there. Okay, happy birthday. Okay, and do the same with the other sentiment strip. Okay, and I think that is good. Okay, and then we'll cut the sides. Okay, there we go. And of course, I mean, you don't have to do happy birthday. You can use whatever sentiments you have, whatever occasion. Okay, all right, there we go. Now we have our sentiment strips. Okay, and I like it in the black like that. Okay, but I think what I'm going to do is, for a little bit of interest, I am going to take my, for this card, I am going to take my Distress Oxide, okay, and I'm going to take my blending tool, and I'm going to just put a little bit on the edges. See, just like that. Okay, very lightly. Okay, and here, there. Just to give it a little bit more interest, and so it's just not stark white. Okay, so go around the edges. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, can be darker in some areas, but that's just an easy way to give some little bit of interest to your sentiment. I like that. Okay, so that one is done. And then for the picked raspberry and mustard seed, I'm going to go with the picked raspberry. Okay, so I'm just going to wipe my foam. They're very close in color, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, pick up a little bit. I'm going to dap it on my, see, just a little bit. Okay, just like that, just to soften it a little bit. Okay, and I'm going to do that around all the edges. See, okay, there, I'm happy with that. Okay, all right, we are almost finished, and 2 cards, and see how easy that was. Okay, so we are going to attach our sentiment, and then we are going to finish it off with our crystals. Okay, so I am going to get foam squares because, again, I like dimension. Okay, and I'm going to adhere this with foam. Okay, so I just put foam squares. Okay, so I think I'm going to probably put it somewhere around like there. Okay, but let's get the foam on the other. Okay, there we go. Okay, So there, okay. And let's see, could maybe put it a little bit lower. Okay, all right, so let's get those attached. Okay, and for this first one, let me see. I like it right there. Okay, look at that. Okay, and then our second one, take off the release paper. Okay, and let's put it down. Let's put it down a little bit more than the first one. Okay, so let's put it right here. Okay, friends, look at that. Two gorgeous, gorgeous cards. We are almost finished. The last thing we need to do is we need to add some crystals. So I'm going to take this package of Studio Katia, the Blossom Sparkle crystals, okay? And I'm going to put some in my tray, okay? Like that. Okay, and I am going to use I have a tool here, okay, and I'm just going to place them, see where I want to place them first. Okay, so I think maybe one in here, and let's do one here, okay, and let's do another one here, just kind of below, almost touching the sentiment, okay? And let's see if we can find a different size. These are really pretty. I don't know if you can see these. Look at how pretty those are. Beautiful. And they go so nice with the worn lipstick and the picked raspberry. Okay, and let's do one. Turn that over. Okay. Okay, like that. And then let's do here. Okay, and like that. I like that. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I am going to place these with my glue, okay? I use liquid glue for this, okay? And I let gravity do its job, so I put down the glue and then I just drop it down, but I don't just leave it. I just leave it. I don't push it down, okay? Gravity will do its job and they will stick, okay? So another one here. Okay, and there, and just leave it, okay? And here, okay, leave it, okay, okay, and one more. Okay. And, oh no. Okay, well, that didn't work out. So we're gonna wipe that up quickly and we are going to get another one, no problem. Okay, and put that down. There we go. Guys, look at this. Look at how beautiful that is. I love it. I love it. It's so easy. Okay, so let's put the crystals on the other. Okay. And we don't have to do them the same way. Okay. So let's do one here. Again, I always sort of like clustering around my sentiment. So let's put one there. Let's put one here. Okay. And let's put one here and another one here. Okay. And then, let me see, let's do, let's go here again. Okay, and let's do here and one more here. Okay. And I think we'll do maybe one more down here. Okay. I like that. Okay, so again, just put down your glue. Okay, and then don't push down. Okay, you don't want anything oozing out. So gravity will do its job and they will adhere to the panel. Okay, again, there we go. Glue. Okay, and there. Okay. Okay, just a few more and then we are finished. That has a little, okay, there we go. A little bit of something on there. Okay, and just leave it. Okay, don't push down. Okay, and let's put it here instead. Okay. Oh, okay, friends. Look at that. And our 2 cards are finished. I absolutely love these. Okay. So hopefully you can do this technique at home. Okay. And you can easily mass produce so many different backgrounds. Okay. And then you can just take a beautiful big stamp like this, like the Studio Light stamp. Okay. You add a sentiment and some embellishments, and there we have 2 gorgeous cards, and you could mass produce these for any occasion. So thank you for joining me again this week on Create a Card with me, and I hope to see you again next week. Have a great week. Thank you, friends. Bye.